up, gentlemen? So is there somebody that you know that's just like kind of weird? And I'm not talking like quirky cool, like weird. Today, guys, this video falls under the category of brutal honesty, because if you are somebody that is perceived as weird, you're not going to have the same opportunities in terms of career, in terms of spicy senoritas, in terms of friends. If you can handle it, gentlemen, and are ready to not be weird, why don't you drop me one of these? So the first reason why people perceive you as weird is that you have a dark sense of humor. Having a dark sense of humor essentially means that you find humor in like taboo subjects, all right? Things that people don't like to talk about, don't want to talk about, or know like socially, it's pretty unacceptable to talk about it, but you will go there. Know your audience. This is the big takeaway. And part of that is being able to read people, which actually brings me to the second reason why people think that you're weird, and that is a lack of emotional or social intelligence. So social intelligence and emotional intelligence are two different things, but they work together. All right, social intelligence essentially means that you have the ability to form bonds or connect with people because you are empathetic, which brings me to the emotional aspect of this. All right, emotional intelligence is being able to read somebody. When somebody is feeling a certain way, you can empathize and connect with them because you understand and can relate to what they're going through. The third reason why people are going to perceive you as weird is you have weak or submissive body language, all right? A few of the big ones are handshake, right? If you shake somebody's hand and it's this weak, floppy, pussy handshake, people are going to be like, oh, he's not sure of himself, he's not confident. If you don't have the ability to look somebody in the eye, it's a birthmark. People are going to not trust you. They're also going to think that you're hiding something. Hands, that's another one, right? If you're somebody that hides his hands or you're crossing your arms, you've got closed body language, this is another sign that you're hiding something. If people perceive you as not being honest, there is no way they're going to connect with you on a deep level. The fourth reason why people may think that you're weird is the way that you smell. All right, smell or scent, it's incredibly powerful. One of the most powerful nonverbal communicating tools that we have. There are a few things I want to talk about. Your breath. If it is funky, if it is foul, if it literally smells like you ate a turd burger for breakfast, I don't want to get close to you or talk to you. If you got bad BO, gentlemen, take a fucking shower. Shower once a day at least, and make sure you're using a deodorant. Do not use Axe, because that's another thing that's overpowering and horrible. Gentlemen, it's about smelling amazing. Wearing too much overpowering cologne or fragrance is just as bad as horrible body odor. Guys, 3 squirts, that is what I would recommend if you're wearing a high quality EDP fragrance like Villain, Rebel, Hero, or King from Pete and Pedro. What I'd like to do real quick, guys, if you are somebody that wants to upgrade and elevate your fragrance game, but you don't want to spend like $200, $300, $400 on a bottle, because that's the thing. Great fragrances typically cost a lot of money, all right? That's what happened with Creed. This used to be my go-to. I loved it, right? I'd get a ton of compliments every time I'd wear it, except the downside to this, it's $350, which is why I developed Rebel. Not a clone or copy of Creed Aventus, but highly, highly inspired. Now, the great news, this is $350, Rebel is under $50, but there's a discount code down below to actually grab it at a deal. Now, if you're not ready to pull the trigger on a big bottle, we also sell the deluxe samples in all of the Pete and Pedro fragrances. We've got 4. We've got Rebel, which is our most popular. Recently, we launched Villain, which is inspired by Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This stuff is incredible. Guys, hit the link down below and read the reviews of our fragrances. It's not just my opinion that these bad boys are a game changer. They are amazing. 2 other fragrances, guys. King, inspired by Creed's Green Irish Tweed, which is insane, and Hero. Hero is inspired by my all-time favorite fresh fragrance, Acqua di Gio Profumo. But if you like this, you're gonna actually like Hero better because it's more powerful, it lasts longer, and in my opinion, it smells better, even though it was highly inspired. Guys, I'm gonna link to all the Pete and Pedro fragrances down below, along with that limited time discount code. I'm also gonna link to the Pete and Pedro powder, because that's another area that you gotta watch out for, and that is your stinky balls. Musky nuts, gentlemen, is a deal breaker, and it's gonna definitely make you nasty as hell. Because the truth is, if you're not using a high quality, non-talc based powder every single day, your balls stink, because that is what balls do. They stink. Unless you hit them with a little bit of the good stuff, gentlemen, give them the business. Also, right, little bit up the booty, because nobody likes swamp ass. Not only is it nasty, it is nasty. You guys know that have been around for a while, I used to talk about Chassis. Chassis was a a good product. It was the best up until I created the Pete and Pedro powder. But the problem with Chassis, actually there were a few. Number one, it was too expensive. Chassis gave you 4 ounces, Pete and Pedro gives you 5. The other problem with Chassis, if I'm being honest, was the scent. It didn't smell very good. But the Pete and Pedro Fresh is next level. And the other thing that Pete and Pedro powder does better than Chassis is work. It works better. Don't just take my opinion. Hit the link and read the reviews. If you're ready to have fresher smelling balls that stay dry, fresh, friction-free all day long, gentlemen, hit the link down below. Check out the Pete and Pedro powder. Use that limited time discount code. It's not just my opinion that this is the best. Everybody that tries it agrees. There's nothing better for your balls on the market than the Pete and Pedro powder. The next reason why people think you're a little teeny weeny bit weird is that you're a close talker. It's about personal space. All of us have a personal space bubble. In terms of how far, it's basically like an arm's length. Once somebody crosses into that, gentlemen, it's like, get away from me. So right about here, right? If I reach out, I can barely touch you. This is how far you should technically stand from somebody when having a conversation. The minute you get a little bit closer, right, it gets a little too intimate, which is something that some people just don't have any concept they're doing, but they do it, which is why other people think they're weird subconsciously. The next reason why you are being perceived as weird is I just invade your space, sorry. That's why I'm weird. Anyway, it's your style. It sucks. Not only does it suck, it's sloppy, it's quirky, it's just not good, gentlemen. I'm not saying you gotta have the latest styles or trends or spend a lot of money, but if you are somebody that doesn't dress with purpose, if you're wearing clothes that are all wrinkled or holey or baggy or just not thoroughly thought through in terms of combinations, I'm getting into this, right? You are gonna be perceived as a little bit weird. We like people that are dressed well. Well is personally interpreted, right? What I think is well is different than what you think is well. The bottom line is this, though. You've got to put thought and effort into dressing purposefully. I'm all over the place. Something else that you may be all over is your grooming game, but some people are not. If your grooming game is whack, if you got nose hairs being all crazy, if your hair is greasy, oily, or dirty, or dandruffy, gentlemen, if your beard is not maintained, you gotta be sexy, gentlemen. Whenever you meet somebody and their grooming is like awful, right? Their teeth are wacky, their lips might be chapped, their skin is crusty, and they got blackheads, oily, blemishes, nastiness, nose hair, gentlemen, never are they gonna get the girl, never are they gonna get the job. They are not gonna get it because they are perceived as weird. Now, one quick pro tip I would like to recommend. Each and every one of you needs clean nostrils. How are you gonna do that? Boom, super sexy, badass, nose hair trimmer. Gentlemen, there's nothing better on the market than the Pete and Pedro nose hair grooming tool. Not only does it come with the nose hair attachment, you also get 2 additional attachments and a little USB charging cable. You're like, USB, doesn't it have batteries like all those other crappy battery operated nose hair grooming tools? The answer is no, gentlemen, USB chargeable. Like I said, this is the best tool. I know because of the size of my nostrils. They're like sewer caps. And so when I was developing this, I needed to make sure it didn't tug and it worked amazingly well. This is the best. I'm going to link to it down below. Use the code and grab one. You need it. The next reason why somebody may think that you're weird is that you're introverted or you're shy. You don't like being the center of attention, right? In today's world, people think that is a little bit odd, right? Because everybody's posting every fart they lay on social media. But when somebody's like, yo, I'm cool just being by myself, right? People are like, wait a second, what? You're okay being by yourself? Or maybe you don't want to talk to people. Maybe you're a little bit shy. You know, there are ways and things that you can do in order to get out of your introversion, or is introversion a word? Introverted tendencies or being shy, but it's something that's you, right? For me personally, I am an introvert, if I'm being honest. You know, introverts get more energized by being by themselves. I prefer to be by myself. Now, the truth is, I'm very good at being social because it's the defense mechanism that I learned from having to move schools a bunch of times, but it's not something that I thoroughly enjoy. But it's something, like I said, you can develop and you can learn. And so if you are somebody that is introverted or shy, you should definitely take strides to be more outgoing or connect with people outside of yourself. The next reason why people may think you're a little bit weird, how do I put this? You're not a sheep. You don't believe what everybody else believes just because somebody else told you to believe it. You think for yourself. You challenge the status quo and the norms. And personally, I think this is incredibly amazing, and I don't think you should change. Never stop, never change, never just adopt what other people want or expect you to. If you believe something, gentlemen, believe it. Do your own research, look into it. Don't just accept what all the other sheep are accepting. Something else that may make you a little bit weird in other people's eyes are cats. But cats are awesome. Cats are awesome, gentlemen, and so are you. Never forget it and never change who you are. You're amazing. Even if you're a little weird, I still love you.